quick and dirty crash course on hitting here. We're going to start with the grip. We want to make sure that the grip is within your fingers and not within your whole hands this way. We want to make sure the knuckles are lined up, okay? We can be a little bit where our knocking knuckles are going to be lined up between there, and our big knuckles are going to be lined up here. We want to be somewhere in between there, whatever's comfortable for you. We don't want to make sure our elbows are out. We want to make sure our elbows are relaxed in, okay? So whatever comfortable position that is, that's our grip stance here, okay? For when we're up at the plate, we want to make sure that your hands are going to be in the proper spot for release point and to be able to get into our load. So what we don't want to happen is we don't want our hands to be really far back, what's called arm barring. That's going to be a lot of time that goes from this position all the way to the impact. So we want to make sure we shorten that. We want to be here to go short to the ball, okay? Our feet, we want to make sure we're lined up. If you can see me from this way, we're going to be lined straight up. Our toes are going to try to be generally lined up to the pitcher that's coming this way, okay? Now next is going to be what we talk about a lot, is the sit and hinge. We want to make sure that we are sitting, all right, sitting down on a chair, right? And then we're going to be hinged forward just a little bit because we're sitting, all right? So this is the position here where our torso's hinged forward some. We're not sitting down like this, okay? We're sitting, so we're going to be hinged forward some. So that's going to allow the bat path to come upward in relation to the pitch that's coming downward. No matter how fast the pitch is coming, it's always going to be on a downward path. We want that path to be slightly upward when it's coming through the zone, okay? So our feet are lined up towards the pitcher. We're not going to be totally in. We're not going to be opening out. We want to step a little bit towards the pitcher. We can step, we can rock a little bit, whatever you're comfortable with. Feet want to be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Hands are in tight, okay? And towards your head, all right? The knob, big one is the knob needs to be at the catcher, okay? We don't want to be upright. We don't want to be here, okay? We don't want to be here where we're horizontal. This knob needs to be towards the catcher, pointing right at the catcher behind us, right? We want to make sure that our hands are up high at our head to allow for a nice loaded position here. When we talk about load, we are talking about this position here. We're not talking about load being this way. We're not talking about here to here. We don't want to be lunging back and forward, okay? Our load is a twist and a turn here. We have a hip coil that comes back. We have a load here where it's still knob to catcher, and this is our starting point to explode through, okay? We want our swing to be slightly upward to make sure we're going through that bat path again, okay? We want to make sure our back hip is going to get through the ball. That usually means that back hip's going to turn. They used to teach squashing the bug on that back foot, where you're taking that back foot and squashing the bug like this. We don't need to teach that too much anymore with these girls because they're a little more advanced than that. So they can do whatever's comfortable with that back foot, but the back hip needs to get through to get some power into the swing, okay? We need to get that back hip through so that power can come through, okay? We want to make sure our body is within our feet. We don't want to be finishing forward this way. We don't want to be finishing too far back this way. We want to be within our feet here, okay? So we're here, swooping up. The finish is going to be high. Again, our finish being high, that always means when I'm coming through, loading, coiling, coming through the connection, upward bat path, and finishing high up here, okay? We do not want to finish over top. We don't want to be rolling over. This is rolling over. A lot of us are doing that. We're coming through, we're finishing high. Our hip is through the zone. Our hands are to the ball this way, okay? We're not coming down this way. We're not coming out this way casting. We're not dropping the barrel. We're coming here, hands to the ball, and then upward bat path through, finishing high up here, okay? We're not finishing tall. If I look at you this way too, we're not finishing here where we're rolled over. We're finishing high, and now this angle you can see the side bend, right? We're hinging here, sitting, hinging, and then the finish is gonna be side bent where we're still tilted this way, so that bat path can still be going upward, okay?